Hey, everybody. That's right. Welcome back to episode 82 of the Bow Fishing Buzz.
Yes, sir.
Brought to you by AMS Bowfishing and
Megamouth Bowfishing as well. Also sponsored by End Designs, Leatherwork and Embroidery, Efficiency Bowfishing Lights by Outdoor Innovations USA. We are rocking and rolling. And I have to say, Matt, we've been very busy here, but with this podcast, probably my favorite podcast that we do throughout the entire year is the pre-Big 20 podcast, just because there's so much excitement surrounding it. Everybody's wanting to listen to it. We're excited here to have it happen. But this recap one is also one of my favorites.
Absolutely.
It's really cool just going through and seeing what everybody did to share with everybody how the tournament went. So it'd be pretty neat.
So we've got a lot in this one here. We've got the Big 20 recap.
Yep.
We've got the BAA Records, and there's a lot of them.
Yep. Good. Sweet.
And
awesome.
we've got to talk about the BAA Worlds coming up this weekend.
Yeah. Yep.
It's going to be a busy one here. So the thing I like about this, Schmitty, is we've got, recapping the Big 20. We got guys going to be listening to that.
Yep.
And then guys are going to be listening as they're traveling probably to Kentucky, or they're down there scouting and ready for the BAA Worlds down in Kentucky. So, I'm excited about this here podcast. So let's get her going, Schmitty.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds
Big
good.
20 recap, baby.
Big 20 recap time. Let's kick it off.
Yeah, so Saturday morning, I got up and I came in a little early, and it was beautiful.
It was a nice day.
Bluebird, sunny day.
Yep.
But man, the longer the day went on, those goofy winds just kept picking up and picking up. It was crazy.
And I remember looking at the forecast maybe Friday or early Saturday morning and being like, oh man, I hope what they're calling for around 5 o'clock, which of course is when we have our mandatory meeting where we're all outside. Yeah. I'm like, I hope that dissipates a little, because it was looking like it might get a little bit nasty there for a scattered amount of time. But
the nice thing about it, they're leading up to the Big 20, Monday through Friday, there was one day where it rained.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it stayed really consistent.
It was pretty stable.
And those evenings, I would sit in my backyard, I'd be mowing my lawn and stuff, and those afternoons when the sun was setting, it was just, the wind would just lay down. It was just gorgeous. Yeah. Which is key, because, people just like game fish. Yeah. Just like your walleyes and your bluegills and your perch and stuff like that they like consistent.
Stable weather.
Yep. Right.
Yep.
And that's how we were having it. Except that one, I think it rained on Thursday.
Yeah.
Leading up to it.
Yep. Yeah, but otherwise the temps and everything were pretty the same. Can you see yourself in the reflection of these babies?
The lights shining off your black shades, my gosh.
I got the old podcast goggles on today, boys. Yes, sir. I feel like whenever I don't have them on, I feel like I'm just, missing a little bit of pizzazz in the podcast.
I think the only time you should wear those is indoors.
Oh, after our little situation with them. Oh, we can talk about sunglasses later on in this trip too, or in this podcast.
Because those glasses are the worst polarized glasses I've ever worn in my life.
I will say this.
They do block the light, so
they block the light well, and they did not do well at 5 or 6 o'clock. But I tell you what, standing up on the casting deck this weekend, looking down into 5 or 6 feet of water on timber, I could see crappies pretty darn nice. I was flipping in there catching crappies this weekend.
You keep them for your crappie fishing.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. But yeah, anyway, so we ended up with 86 teams. We had one back out because of a motor failure on their boat, with a total purse of $23,220.
Yeah,
Schmitty.
that's a heck of a purse. That's awesome. 86 teams. That's a huge tournament. That's so cool to see that atmosphere here as well.
Right.
So.
And one of the things that we changed this year, Schmitty, is we did not have the boat inspections. Just because it lagged us down. We were able to remove some employees from coming into having to work on that Saturday.
Yep, and it was just quicker for everyone coming through, too.
Right.
Usually you'd go from registration to boat inspection. Now you went from registration, boom, you're getting parked.
Right.
It expedited the whole process. And to top that off, Matt, something that we were a little bit nervous about. I was a little bit nervous about it just because it was a new thing. Is we had that new waiver form through DocuSign.
Yes.
We sent out a text and an email blast that guys could sign that waiver form. And we were just a little bit nervous just because it was new and different, not like what we've done in the past. Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Nice.
That really helped everything speed along as well. We had multiple people say, "Oh my gosh, you guys got to do this every year. Right. Cut down on the paperwork." So we'll probably be doing that, down the road as well. So
it worked out really slick.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, so tournament day, all the boats are coming in. They're getting registered. They're going and parking their spots. They're coming up here to the AMS garages, and they're going to the AMS. We got the shop up there.
Everything
and they
we
were
sell
busy
available.
as heck.
Yep.
We had the 2 truck food vendors out there.
Yep.
Actually, the pulled pork one, they ran out of food.
I heard that. Yeah.
They ran out of
like,
food.
and what time did they run out on Saturday? Were they here all day Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, they were. And then they couldn't come back Sunday because they didn't have any food.
They didn't have any food left.
Oh, my gosh. That's crazy.
But I tell you what, I did have a mushroom and Swiss and some cheese curds from Razor J's.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that on that Saturday, I got a double bacon cheeseburger and fries. Oh, my God. After not eating all day, that was maybe the best burger I've ever eaten in my life. It was fantastic.
No wonder you're missing from the weigh-ins on Sunday morning for 10 minutes there.
Well, we just had to.
Yeah, you go.
So it was good food. It was good food. Maybe a little bit of bubble gut, but it was worth it.
Now, the thing is, it did take a little bit longer to get your food, but they were making it fresh, right?
That's the thing.
They were making your burgers right there on the grill, and when you ordered it, they were making it fresh. It wasn't sitting in a crock pot somewhere staying warm and stuff like that.
Oh, you want a double bacon cheeseburger? Let me make the patty and throw it on the grill for you. That's how fresh that was.
Right.
Yeah,
it
and
was
you
really
could
good. And
taste how fresh it was.
Those cheese curds reminded me of a fair style cheese curds.
They did. They reminded me of back when no one's going to know what we're talking about. Heritage Days here in Stratford.
Yes.
That's what it was like. You'd go up to a vendor and get a big old piping hot bowl of cheese curds.
They were good.
Delicious.
Very good food. And he came back on Sunday and was here, and he was busier than heck on Sunday, too. He loved it. He was, this is awesome.
Yeah, that was very cool.
This is awesome. You know, so all the boats coming to get registered, they come to the shop, they're eating, they're having a good time, they're watching TVs, and everybody's just talking and having a good time. One of my favorite parts of the whole Saturday deal is right before the 5 o'clock mandatory meeting when we start throwing the goodies to the the guys and gals.
Yep. It's always cool. And we always have good goodies. I mean, they're nice things that we're just throwing out there.
I mean, Matthew sent a bunch of hats. We had Tailfin had a bunch of some sweatshirts, some hats.
Yeah, those were nice sweatshirts too that they sent. They sent a lot of them.
Yep. Our good buddy Corey Brossman had a bunch of shirts out there. And then, of course, End Designs.
Oh, with those towels.
They sent us a whole box of those Make Bow Fishing Great Again with Trump on them.
Yep.
And people were jumping up and down for those. I just love that time when it's just getting everybody together.
Yep. Everyone's smiling, having a good time.
Everybody jumping, trying to grab something. Hey, he's throwing over here.
Yep.
You know, it's just a really good time. I really enjoy that.
And that's really cool, Matt, with those End Designs towels. You would not believe. So my job on Saturday was I'm parking people all over the place, picking guys up, giving them a ride back. You would not believe how many of the blue towels from last year were on boats.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, sometimes we'll they've got the clip on them and we'll put them on the fan shroud or something to dry out. There was a ton of them hanging and waving in the wind as I was parking guys. You know, they were clipped on from last year. I noticed a good amount of those actually. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
So that's a really cool. We can't thank everybody, Corey, and all those End Designs for bringing up all that stuff to throw to the crowd. It's awesome. It's a blast. I love it.
And I think
love it.
One thing too, Matt, is we had 86 boats. Okay, we have the streets of the industrial park here lined with boats on both sides.
Right.
Initially, when we first had the tournament here, we were a little bit like, how in the world are we going to be able to get all these boats out of here in a timely manner? Because we've got the police, shutting down the highway here so that everybody can get through. And I think something that's really cool, it seems like we do even a little bit better every year, is how fast we can get 86 boats out of their designated parking spots.
Right.
I think we had them out in how many minutes this year?
7 minutes.
7 minutes. Think of that. 86 boats through the industrial park, out onto the highway, and gone in 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
That's insane. Yep. That's crazy.
You know, one of the big differences, Derek, is when we had at the fairgrounds, they were parked in a field.
Yep.
And it was rough, and they had to come across the field in a rough, and then get out to a little bit of a gravel stretch there, and then turn.
Sometimes it'd be wet, and get rutted up a little bit.
Here it's all pavement,
right?
And they're all lined up.
Yep.
They're ready to rock and roll. Pod A, B, C, and D. They're ready to rock. It's just one big line.
Yeah.
Constant line.
Yep.
And the Stratford Police closed the stop and go lights down here at the intersection, and just
off they go.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
So then we moved into weigh-ins. And those started at 6 a.m. And we really didn't get busy, really. I mean, and that always tells me.
Yes, 100%.
That always tells us at the weigh-ins that the teams shot a lot of fish, so they're back there in the culling area, weighing, removing some of their fish, and it's taken them a while to get up here in the line.
We were on the scale that I was on. It was myself, Justin, who's the husband of Steph, who works here, and Alyssa. And it was probably shoot, it was probably 6:45, and we had only weighed one boat.
Yeah.
So we had that same conversation amongst ourselves. I'm like, all right, guys, we are going to get a mad dash here because everybody's taking that extra hour or half hour to shoot fish because they think that they're going to finish, that they think that one more big fish could put them in the money. Mm-hmm. They're taking that time.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. But then I'd say right around 7 o'clock is when they really started, rolling in.
Yeah.
And then it was a continuous stream until I think we finished up around 10:15. We were all finished up, which isn't bad for the 70-some boats, 80 boats that came back for weigh-ins to be done in roughly 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn quick.
Right.
That's pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So.
And
oh boy, Matt's got his phone hooked up to the Bluetooth here.
We've got somebody calling on the Bowfishing Buzz podcast hotline.
Who's this?
Let's take a look who this is here.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Hello, this is the Bowfishing Buzz. Who do we have here?
Yeah, who's on the phone here?
Who's calling us?
I cannot believe it. I got through.
Oh.
My name's Kranky with a K. Cranky the Carp.
Oh,
Cranky the Carp.
Cranky the Carp, man. Welcome to the Bowfishing Buzz, man. What's going on?
You're lucky to be alive.
This is a true honor, guys. You guys are second on Carpify down here, only behind Joe Rogan. I listen to you guys every time I can.
Wow.
Unbelievable what you guys teach us.
That's amazing. So we have a live carp calling in right now. Cranky the Carp is calling in. This has never been. We've never had this before.
Where is Cranky?
Well, I'm half alive. I'm missing a scale.
Oh.
Some guy tried to whack me the other night. Slid off my side, missing a scale, but I'll be okay.
Okay.
So Cranky, just wondering where you calling from, man? What state you calling from?
That is very confidential, Matt.
Oh.
I'm part of the CSI group. It's a Carp Secret Intelligence. And what I do here is, well, my reason for calling, to be honest, is you bow fishermen are getting really good at what you do.
Oh, thank you.
And I was wondering if we could maybe work together a little bit.
Oh.
And if I give you a little information, maybe you guys will back off me a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
I think
I'm open to this.
Yeah, I am too.
Okay. Well, I noticed on the internet, excuse me, I got a dogfish over here that keeps growling. Get out of here. But I noticed on the internet, we have that here, that you guys got a world championship coming up.
Yes, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they got the BAA Worlds coming down to Kentucky here this weekend.
Yeah.
That's right. I got some information for you if you want to tell your viewers. I spoke to Gary the Gar.
Oh.
He reported 9 of 12 gates are open, Matt. That's not good.
Oh, that's not good.
9
That's
of 12
gates.
gates.
That's some pretty
Holy
rough
cow.
water right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Greg DeGrassi told me he was happy because listen, we don't like those grass carp so much, but they're going to be up in those backwaters eating that fresh vegetation, the grass, and the stuff growing from the trees because the water's going to be up in those trees. So tell those guys to look around there.
Look in the flooded waters.
So, guys, if you're listening, you talking to Gary the Grassy down there, and he says go back to the flooded bays for the grass carp.
That's where Cranky's telling us to target them. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm telling you now, the guys that were thinking they were going to get the big heads, when I talked to Billy the big head, he told me he's going deep.
Oh.
He said, yeah, those guys, it's funny. He told me a quick story. He said an airboat right on. Hold on a second now. Hold on. Ma! Hey, Ma! Can you bring me down a lily pad salad and a platonic crustacean with a side order of bluegill eggs? Sorry, I got to get some energy for later. I got to go dirty up the lake and bring some phosphorus up so I can have some algae bloom. But anyway, Billy told me those airboats are so stinking loud they don't stand a chance on the big head. So they're going deep. But the gar will be up. I know the gar will be up, and the water's going to be up, and the fish are going to be in the backwaters. You got to look for bays. Stay off that main river.
All right.
This
is
good
that's
info.
some great information for all you that are shooting the worlds down there.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Very
Absolutely.
cool.
Just lay off the commons, man. You guys, last week I got a phone call from Willie. He's up there in Wisconsin.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what was going on the last couple weeks in that state, but my God, I was sitting there playing around. I'll be honest with you, Matt. I was looking at Cinder,
Fender.
Wipe left, and there was Beverly, the most beautiful common carp ever. We went on our first date last Saturday.
Uh-oh.
We're out there, and it was almost like we were having candlelight dinner. We look up, and it was weird because these lights wouldn't shine from a distance, but when they got closer, shining straight down on me and Beverly.
Yeah.
And I was about to pop the question, Matt, and I heard a shot, and Beverly went towards the light, so I swam off. The guy in the back of the boat just got my scale. That's why I'm a little wounded. I'm missing a scale.
No. We had our big 20 last weekend. Exactly. That's why there were so many boats out. That's why Beverly got.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was 40-some pounds. I don't know.
No.
Did you guys ever get a big fatty in there?
Yes,
yeah,
actually.
we did.
Boy, she was beautiful.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
boy.
She had a nice set of fins, Matt.
Did she really?
I bet. Cranky, I've got to ask you, when Beverly came into weigh-ins, she was spewing eggs pretty good. I got to ask, did you guys spawn?
Nope, I didn't get a chance
to spawn. Shoot.
But I'm telling you, I'm telling you, the boys have been out doing their job. You guys didn't get us all, so we got some seed out there for next year.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good.
Wow.
I actually think our heaviest common weighed 40.2 pounds.
That had to be Beverly.
That
was Beverly. She had beautiful orange scales, Matt, a flat tail, and a big set of fins. That was her.
Wow.
That was my honey.
Yeah, big fat belly, too. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, congratulations to that guy.
Yeah, right. Right.
I'd love to hold her a little longer.
So now that Beverly is gone, I mean, are you hanging down at the Marsh Pub waiting for the next female to come cruising through there, Cranky, or how are things going right now?
Yeah, while popping on some cattails, I noticed a couple of new ones coming by, but their bellies were flat. They were spawned out.
Okay.
They were taken already.
So,
okay.
I'm going to have to go back to the deep water at some point and just wait for next year for that fun. Man. You know what I mean, Matt?
Well, Cranky, man, we appreciate you calling in and give us some little intel there for Great Worlds there. And if you ever get bored, Cranky, you can make sure to call us anytime you want there on the Bow Fishing Buzz here.
I sure will. I got to run down, catch a check at the riverbank. You know what I mean? I'm gonna carpool with a couple of my buddies. It's been a long time since I gotta be honest, man. I'm really upset about Beverly, but you bow fishermen are getting really good. But hold on, I got a text message from a catfish, Kitty the catfish. She said, "Hey, the water's gonna be up. Make sure you tell the listeners to put on their life jackets. We don't want to see any of them bow fishermen down here with us. We want you to stay up there. So
yes,
please tell the listeners that." Wear their life jacket, Matt.
Wear their life jackets.
Okay. We'll relay that message there, Cranky. And, it was awesome having our first Kranky the Carp calling in here on the Bow Fishing Buzz. That's awesome.
This is great. We got all kinds of great information.
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you now, Matt, you're going to pass Joe Rogan. You're going to go right to the top of the Bow Fishing Hotline. Right to the top. Now that Cranky's part of the deal. But
all right.
Listen, I'm going to go ruin some ecosystems by wishing up the bottom and making some algae blooms.
All right. Well, you have fun doing that. We'll be chasing you, Cranky.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Good luck, boys, getting me.
Wow.
What the hell was that? That was amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. We just got a phone call from a live common carp down in the water who just exchanged some amazing information for the Worlds tournament coming up.
He did mess up, though. He didn't want to give his location. Mm-hmm. But he did mess it up when he said that he was in Wisconsin with Beverly. Yep. And so he is from Wisconsin. Yep. So Cranky is from Wisconsin.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a local common carp calling in here. Interesting. Okay, well that's good. Yeah. We got a lot of good information and lots of amazing fish puns as well.
Yep.
That's cool.
But I think so now that Cranky's done, let's move on to the heaviest fish categories from this year's AMS Big 20, Schmitty.
Yeah, absolutely. So the heaviest drum here weighed 11.6 pounds by Team Mud Chumps. And with that 11.6 pound drum, Matt, they won the Shorty Vader bow donated by Vader Bow Fishing. Very cool prize to get and a nice fish as well.
Absolutely. The heaviest quillback of the tournament weighed 8.3 pounds by Team Bloody Tip Bow Fishing, and they won the Ringo bow donated by AMS Bowfishing.
Nice. Biggest dogfish weighed 9.1 pounds by Team Smackin' Cheeks.
Oh,
Winning the Efficiency Lights donated by Outdoor Innovations USA. That's a good dogfish. Nice shooting, guys.
absolutely. And then we got the heaviest gar, weighed 18 pounds, also by
my
Team
gosh.
Smackin' Cheeks, winning the PSC Mud Dog Bow, donated by the WBA.
Wow, that's very cool. The biggest buff, 36.8 pounds by Team Whale Tails Archery, winning Megamouth Bowfishing Reel, donated by Megamouth Bowfishing.
Yep. And the heaviest overall fish of the tournament was a common carp, and this must have been Beverly.
This was Beverly.
Right here's Beverly. She weighed in at 40.2 pounds, shot by Team Fish EMS, winning the Osprey, donated by Oneida Archery. Also, the Big Fish pot at $2,580, and the Big Fish Trophy, donated by Randy Parker.
That's awesome. That's a heck of a one fish get you a lot.
Yes,
right there.
absolutely.
That's very cool. Very cool. Matt, every year we have a little bit of a award, I guess you would say. It's the Average Joe, donated by Corey Brosman.
Yeah.
We had 68 teams weigh in a total of 25,977 pounds, all right, for an average weight of 382.02 pounds. Winning the 2-day Stingray trip with Brosman Boys Bowfishing and Corey Brosman was Team Tough Scale Bowfishing with a weight of 381.4 pounds. They were closest to that average, so congrats to you guys. That's an awesome trip to win out there with Corey. That's very cool.
But so we looked back at last year's what we weighed in. This is just the fish that we weigh in. This isn't including the culling dumpsters and stuff.
Okay, sure. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So this year we weighed in 25,977 pounds of fish. Last year we weighed in 20,000.
Oh,
so
wow.
we weighed in over
5,000
5,000 pounds more fish this year than we did last year,
Yeah.
Derek.
And I'm guessing overall fish weight that was shot is going to be a lot more because I'm guessing guys shot more big fish this year just because of the time of year. So I'm guessing the culling dumpsters were more full too, with those getting hauled away.
Well, when they took those fish, we were hoping that we didn't have to use that extra backup.
Yep.
And we didn't, thankfully.
Good.
Because they took all the carp and they were so happy with that. And they were very happy. And she sent me a picture later on of how they had them all cultivated in the fields already.
Really? Oh, that's cool. I'm curious to see how they do that.
Yep.
That's actually pretty neat for fertilizer. That's just amazing that we're being able to utilize those fish to put back into the ecosystem. Acting as fertilizer for crops. That's so cool. That's very cool. Very cool.
So now we're going to move on to the top 8 placing teams, Derek.
Yeah.
And coming in, well, should we do 8th place first?
Sure, let's work from 8th.
Okay,
let's go there.
Let's work with 8th.
Yep. So the 8th place team with a total of 557.8 pounds. Their big fish was 31.9 pounds. Their prize, they won $320. That was Team Carpocalypse.
Right.
Yeah, nice shooting to those guys.
The cool thing about them is that team was out of state.
Oh,
and they placed in the money, Derek.
Oh, that's very cool. Yep.
They had the ambulance.
Oh, did they have like 4 guys from 4 different states or something? They had all kinds of guys on that team.
Yeah, they had that ambulance. And I'm actually going to, later on in this podcast, I'm going to talk a little bit about that team because they sent me a message.
Oh, okay.
That was it meant a lot to me and to one of their shooters as well.
Oh, okay.
All right, Jeremy Suter, who does an amazing job in the bowfishing community. He's a awesome mentor. He does a lot of youth stuff for bowfishing. And I'm going to touch on a little story about Jeremy here and his team.
Gotcha. Sure. Absolutely.
So coming in 7th place with a weight of 561 pounds, their big fish was a 34.2 pounder, winning $600, Carp Coffin.
Nice.
And that team also out of state.
Yeah, out of Ohio. That's very cool. That's awesome. 6th place here. Total weight of 566.1 pounds. Big fish was 36 pounds, winning $900. Bloodshed Bowfishing out of Wisconsin. Nice shooting, guys.
Nice. Coming in 5th place with a weight of 575.70 pounds. Their big fish, 34.6, winning $1,000. Carp Unlimited.
Nice. I think we've, they place pretty well every year. It seems like.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. 4th place here. 578 pounds was their total. 36 pounds was their big fish, winning $2,000. Whale's Tails Archery.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. So there's a difference of, what was that, 3 pounds right there between $1,000.
Yep. Wait till we read this one here, the difference between these two.
Right. So coming in 3rd with 592.10 pounds, big fish, 33.2 pounds, winning $3,400. Outdoor innovations.
Yeah. All right. Second place, Matt, the weight you just read for third was 592.1 pounds.
Yep.
Okay. Coming in second place with a weight of 592.8 pounds. 0.7 pound difference.
Yeah.
Big Fish was 40 pounds. They won $5,000. Team Fish'ems.
Yep. Fish EMS.
Fish EMS. Oh, I
Yep.
gotcha. Gotcha. EMS.
I said that during weigh-ins.
I remember you hearing
yeah.
that. Yep.
Yep. And this year's 14th or 13th annual AMS Big 20 champions with a weight of 603.80 pounds. Their Big Fish 37.6, winning $10,000. Team Touchin' Crocs.
Ooh.
Nice job, everybody. Nice job.
Nice shooting, guys. That is just spectacular.
And I will say this, that's a 30-pound average, a little over 30-pound average.
Uncommon carp.
They did not weigh any buffs in.
That's
They were
insane.
all commons. I think a lot of those top 3 placing teams didn't, weighed in.
Yeah.
I think Whale Tails had some nice buffs.
Yep.
Had a couple of buffs there, but over 30-pound average.
Yeah. A lot of those teams, Matt, that on our trailer that we were weighing in, you could tell when they roll up and you look at their deck, mentally you go kind of like, oh boy, this is a big weight. And I always ask them, do you guys have any buffs that you're going to weigh in? Because there's a 10 buff limit. You can't weigh more than 10 buffs.
Right.
And so many times, nope, all commons. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a night for common carp here. Big fish.
Right. Yep. And so overall, it was another great tournament, Derek. We were done with weigh-ins by 10:15.
Yeah.
And like I said, we really didn't get going till
7 o'clock.
7:30.
Yeah,
7:30-ish.
Yeah.
We really got rolling.
Yep.
And we weighed in 68 teams came back to weigh in.
Yeah.
So and all the teams were accounted for after the tournament.
Yep.
Which
That's
is
always very
nice.
important. Yep. Everybody stayed safe.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Can you feel the tension in the air right now?
It's time for BAA Records.
Awesome. Kicking off our BAA Records here for the episode 82 of the Bowfishing Buzz. Congratulations to Anthony Brewer on his BAA Oklahoma State record, and his freshwater drum came in at 22 pounds even. That's a heck of a fish. Nice shooting to Anthony.
Absolutely. Right here in our home state, congratulations to Jesse Hintz on the BAA Wisconsin State record butterfly carp.
Oh.
Weighing in at 19.20 pounds.
Wow, a butterfly in Wisconsin. Very cool. Nice shooting to Dalton King on his BAA Vermont State record white sucker weighing 2.42 pounds. Nice shooting, Dalton.
Then we move on to Christian Delay on your BAA Florida youth record cow-nose stingray weighing in at 25.7 pounds.
Valkyrie Rank, congrats on her BAA Pennsylvania State Youth and Youth World Record, Northern Hogsucker, weighing 2.2 pounds. Awesome shooting there.
How about Declan Johnson putting in the work and getting 2 BAA Tennessee State Youth records with a grass carp weighing 28 pounds and a spoonbill tipping the scales at 35.6 pounds.
Nice. Logan Wilson, congrats. BAA Louisiana Youth State Record grass carp weighing in at 17.3 pounds. Nice shooting, Logan.
Absolutely. Cameron Wilson pulling double duties on his BAA Louisiana Youth Record Big Mouth Buff, weighing in at 9.08 pounds, and also his Quillback Carp Sucker, weighing 3.22 pounds.
Nice. Congrats to Landon Conley on his BAA Kentucky Youth Record and State Record Moon Eye, weighing in at 0.2 pounds. That's a tough shot on that fish. My goodness.
That is. Funny thing about Landon, when I first saw him, he was a teeny tiny little baby.
Okay, yeah.
And they shot in our first ever AMS Big 20 in Brandenburg, Kentucky.
Really?
His dad was shooting in the tournament there, and he was just a little baby.
Yeah.
And now he's
shooting records.
He's getting records.
Yep. That's very cool.
Then we move on to Dalton King on his BAA Vermont State record. Northern Pike tipping the scales at 12.25 pounds.
Nice. We got Dalton on here twice. Very cool. Congrats to Cade Nagel on his BAA Minnesota State record freshwater drum weighing in at, oh my gosh.
That's a big drum.
Drum weighing in at 31.05 pounds. Nice shooting to Cade.
Absolutely.
Holy moly.
I bet you that thing had some nice lucky bones in it.
Oh yeah. That's a big drum right there. Good Lord.
We years ago, my wife and I went over to Minnesota, and we were shooting with Daryl and Tammy Schreiber.
Okay.
Good friends, and we shot a drum that night, and it was huge. I don't think we weighed it, but that thing was just huge. And we cut the lucky bones out of that thing.
Where are those located?
They're located near the brain.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And the reason that they call them drum is because, this is what I heard now, is that when they go into their little spawning ritual or whatever, like a peacock fluffs his big fur, a turkey struts around, a deer, fights and rubs and all that stuff. Well, a drum shakes his head.
Are you kidding?
And those 2 little lucky bones rattle.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep, that's what they call them, drum.
Oh, my God. That's amazing information. I didn't know that.
Yep, and they're just a cool little, they look like ivory little coins.
Sure.
Kind of like the whistlers out of an elk. The ivories out of an elk, you just keep them as a momentum.
Sure.
And the lucky bones in that fish, I bet you were pretty big.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's good information. Cool.
Yep. And then we're going to move on to Mark Bergantz on his BAA Louisiana State Record sheephead, weighing in at 10.40 pounds.
Nice shooting, Mark.
So congratulations to all of...
That was a lot of them.
That was a lot of BAA records right there. Congratulations, everybody.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I tell you what, Matt, I think we're going to continue this podcast after a quick word from our sponsors. Efficiency Bowfishing Lights by Outdoor Innovations USA. A color tone adjustable and dimmable light with a unique patented reflector design that puts more light where you need it. Efficiency Bowfishing Lights offer 3 different models. The 65-watt single-color economy light, the 65-watt Efficiency V2 tricolor dimmable light for maximum efficiency and versatility, and the 130-watt Efficiency Maximus, designed to be an all-out beast of a bowfishing light. Efficiency, designed and built by bowfishermen for bowfishermen. Check them out at OutdoorInnovationsUSA.com. Are you looking to elevate your bowfishing brand with stunning design solutions? Look no further than N Designs. Their team of talented designers is dedicated to bringing your vision to life. Whether it's t-shirts, hats, leather products, eye-catching logos, to captivating boat wraps, they have you covered. Plus, with their commitment to excellence and attention to detail, you can trust that your project is in good hands. Don't settle for ordinary. Choose N Designs for extraordinary results. Visit their website today and let's bring your ideas to life. N Designs, where creativity meets excellence.
And welcome back to the Bowfishing Buzz. All right, Schmitty, I just want to touch on this little note that I received from Patrick Carrington, who was part of Team Carpocalypse. They finished 8th here in the tournament. And after the tournament, he sent me a little message via messenger here. And I just wanted to touch on this just a little bit here to tell you what he wrote to me, okay?
Yeah.
So Patrick says, hey, sir, thank you again for an awesome tournament. We absolutely love the AMS Big 20, and I would venture to say there's no other tournament in the country more organized or ran more efficiently.
Oh, awesome.
I wanted to share something with you that I thought was kind of cool. 4 years ago, we were also team number 26.
Oh, wow.
And that's what team that they were this year.
What are the odds of that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And you might remember, but we had a catastrophic failure at that tournament and almost didn't make it back to weigh-in.
Oh.
I kept our weigh-in chips as a reminder to keep pushing forward and keep fighting. The next year was better, but still had boat/trailer issues. Last year was our first year of really being able to compete, and finally this year, coincidentally, we were team number 26 again.
Oh my gosh.
I took our old weigh-in token for good luck, and we ended up in the money. I know it's not a very exciting story, but it was pretty cool for us to finally reap a bit of the redemption after so many years of hardship at that tournament. Thank you again, and hopefully we'll see you at the Worlds, but for sure we'll see you again next year for the AMS Big 20. Then he goes on to say, our team captain is Jeremy Suter, and I would really forever be in your debt if you mentioned his name in the podcast.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. Jeremy is super passionate about our sport and does a lot to help educate our youth. It's him that really supports our team. He works incredibly hard all year, and myself, along with Skylar Schleider, are determined to bring this team to the top. Not just to be a nationally recognized team, but to help realize a dream for Jeremy that he never thought was possible, but keeps fighting for it. He also is an amazing friend and family man. Speaking of battling adversity, Jeremy and Skylar were directly impacted by the tornadoes that hit Omaha, Council Bluffs a month ago. And he sent me a picture of his house, and it's destroyed.
Oh, my God.
It's destroyed. Yep.
Oh.
They love this tournament so much and were absolutely determined to get their affairs in order in time so they could come and compete in the AMS Big 20. Here's a picture of Skylar's house that he said, and you can see the devastation that the tornado did to his family. Again, thank you for putting on such an amazing tournament. You helped those two more than you know with bringing some more excitement back into their lives after such a tragedy, and I personally can't thank you enough. Oh, God. So that's one of the reasons.
It hits you right here, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
That I really, love doing these tournaments and hearing people's stories like that. I never would have known that.
Right.
The team they kept their chips from all their hardships from 4 years ago.
Right.
And they kept it as a memento.
Yeah.
To do better.
Yeah.
And to make the team better. That's just a really cool story. And Jeremy, it's so cool to hear how you
battled through all
that stuff.
Stayed strong,
and still came up here and competed after your house was totally destroyed by a tornado.
My God. Wow. Yeah.
And you do so much for the bow fishing community, it sounds like, with getting involved with the youth and being a mentor. I mean, that's what we need.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hats off to you, Jeremy. That is fantastic. And thank you, Patrick, for the message as well.
I really appreciate that.
That warms our hearts.
It does.
That's amazing. That's why we do it right there. That's very cool.
Mm-hmm. So very cool little story there that I wanted to share with everybody there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. So I tell you what, Matt, we had the tournament Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
Busy week for us getting ready last week. Monday rolls around. We had you left on Sunday, I believe.
I went Sunday right away.
You went right after Sunday. Let's just walk us through here what the timeline looked like after the tournament was done and what you went and did Sunday night.
Well, first of all, I got up at 4:30 Sunday morning.
Okay, yep.
To be here by 5 o'clock.
Yep.
We do all the weigh-ins, do all the ceremonies, put stuff away.
And I'm sure you're not sleeping great Saturday night into Sunday morning.
I think I went to bed around midnight.
Okay, and you're just all, I know you're always just thinking about stuff, waiting for a message from a group of people, whatever. Yep.
So, like I said, I got up at 4:30 that Sunday morning, did everything here for the tournament, and went home, ate something, sat with my wife a little bit, and Corey Brossman and his son Brody.
Yep.
Corey was shooting in the tournament, and his son Brody stayed at our place on Saturday night, and so I went back home on Sunday, and they were sleeping a little bit there, and Corey wanted to go back out and do some filming with Brody.
Sure.
And Brody's goal was to shoot a 30-pound common carp.
Okay. Hefty goal.
Now, before that, they had been making a bow fishing trip. All right. First, before they came up to Wisconsin, they stopped in Kentucky and bowfish with Dennis Red.
Oh, I gotcha. Cool.
Brody shot his first big head down there, and they were shooting silvers. Then they come up here to Wisconsin. He was doing some fishing on the Mississippi River with Jody Bagalki. They did some bow fishing down there as well. Then he shot the tournament, and now he wanted to go out and do some filming on Sunday.
Okay.
So we left here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, got in the water at that bad time.
Okay, sure.
That witching hour, and you can't really see much.
It's not light enough to see anything, and it's too dark to run your lights.
Yep, but we were doing some shooting and stuff, and we shot some nice counts, but we just couldn't quite get that. I think we had a 28.
Oh, okay.
We had a 28. We just couldn't find that 30-pounder for Brody.
And Brody shot that 28?
Yes, he did.
Oh, yep. 2 pounds off. Dang.
Mm-hmm. So ended up getting home at 6 o'clock in the morning. Slept for a little bit, came back to work on Monday around 1:30, came back here. And then we were going to head over to Green Bay to do some more filming.
Mm-hmm.
So you came along on that trip with us, and we headed over to Green Bay.
Yep.
So we get over there, and I wasn't sure what to expect. I didn't know if the fish were going to be spawning or what was really going on over there.
Right.
You know? Yep. I really didn't know what was going on there. But anyways, we got over there, and it was starting to get dark out again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. Right off so we're on low, and now remember when you're filming and bow fishing, the boat is full of stuff. You've got camera bags, you've got your own personal bags with a sweatshirt in there, some drinks, we got coolers, we've got everything.
Gear for 4 guys.
We got the filming platform, and it's just
barrels for fish.
It's loaded.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready to unload, and we're taking the straps and everything off, and I'm like, another boat pulls in, boat pulls in.
And during this whole time, usually, Matt, when you and I are out shooting, I'll go back and take straps off, and we kind of share those responsibilities. But Corey was wanting this filmed for his show that he's going to make a wrap up portion of this bow fishing trip. So during the whole process to get some B-roll, I am over filming this whole operation happening.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So like I said, we're ready. Another boat pulls in. I'm like, all right, hurry up, get the boat in the water so these guys can get in.
And we were right in the middle of an interview with Brody, actually. And then the boat pulled in, and then we're kind of like, oh crap! All right, cut this. We don't want to delay them at all. Let's get going.
Yep. Yeah. So we put in, and I forgot something that's very important. It's worse than a strap. It's worse than anything that you can really do. What was that, Derek?
We forgot to put in the boat plug.
Yes. Yeah.
And our hole for this boat plug is like a 2.5-inch monster.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So Corey backs Matt in.
Yep.
I'm sitting there filming, whatever. And all of a sudden, Matt said some.
And Derek pulls,
Corey pulls up to park.
Pulls up.
And it's a ways away.
Right.
The parking lot to go park is a ways away. So I'm filming the boat, and Brody's getting on. He's starting to do stuff, and all of a sudden, Matt says a word that I won't repeat, and he goes, "We forgot the plug." Tell him to back it back down. We got to get it back on the trailer. At this point, I look in the boat. There's water coming in fast.
Yeah.
You're up to above your ankles already, and boat has been on the water for more than 10 seconds at this point.
Yeah.
So
Bill's pump is
Bill's pump is doing whatever, not working how it should be. So you tell me to run up and grab Corey.
Yeah.
In this boat landing's kind of a tricky one. It's tight.
Yeah.
So I run up to grab Corey. I said, meanwhile, there's guys over here. So I'm like kind of like trying to keep it quiet. I'm like, I run up there. Corey, we got to put the boat trailer back in because we forgot the boat plug and there's a lot of water in the boat. We got to get the boat up in the trailer right now. So Corey starts trying to put it back into the water.
Yeah.
We couldn't get it backed in properly. We
Right.
couldn't get it in there in time. Meanwhile, there's a lot of water in the boat.
And so we got a cooler, Corey's big duffel bag sitting in there, and then on top of Corey's is a black backpack.
Mm-hmm.
And it had fallen down, and I remember grabbing it and picking it up and putting it on top of Corey's yellow big duffel bag.
Yeah, the one that he packs that would, if he's bow fishing for 6 months straight, he's got enough clothes in there for 6 months straight.
Yeah,
That's
right.
how big this bag is. Yep.
And the water's coming in. I'm trying. It's shallow, so I can't go out and run around in the bay.
Right.
You just aren't going to go wide open where this spot is.
Yep.
So I'm sitting there, and I've got the nose up on the bank, and I'm trying to run the prop to keep the water pushing it out.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
Yep.
And so you go, where's the plug?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go back in there and pop it in.
Yep.
So you jump in the water.
Well, first I take off. I take both phones out of my pocket.
Yes. Yes.
Both phones. I take my boots off. I make sure my backpack is up because my backpack has all my spare clothes, some batteries, some electronic stuff, and I see that you had it up on that bag. So I'm like, okay, good to go. So I set everything up on the deck, and I go back down there. Matt gives me the plug, and I go up there. I'm in water up to my nipples, and I'm reaching around trying to find this hole for this plug. Finally, I do find it, so I'm able to shove that plug in there. I could not get it to tighten to stay.
Yeah, you had to pull it out to get it a little more tighter.
Yeah. So at this point, Corey's able to back the boat, the trailer in.
Yep.
And I don't know if I pulled the plug out and then you just backed up and went forward.
Yeah.
So I'm completely soaked, but I got a spare change of clothes in my bag. My boots are dry. My phones are up on the deck. No problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing's wrong at all. So finally, you manage to back up and you get it up on the trailer.
Yeah.
And we're all like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. There's water pouring out of the open hole now in the back.
Yep.
I look up in there, there's water everywhere. I'm like, well, at least everything important stayed dry. We're all good to go. So we're sitting there just kind of recovering. And I look up and I see one phone on the deck, not two. And my boots are gone.
And your backpack is missing.
And my backpack is missing. I'm like, oh no, this is not good. Well, my boots are sitting down there. I could see them. They were completely covered in water. But whatever, they're boots. Next thing is I look down and underneath a foot of water, I can see my backpack completely submerged. Matt lifts it up.
The water just
pouring out of it, completely submerged. And then we're all like, where's my phone? Where's my phone? So we're sitting there looking around. Well, maybe it landed, somewhere where it's dry. Maybe it slid up on the deck. And finally, you reached down and you went, I'll never forget this. You go, uh-oh, Schmitty.
Yeah.
And right down there, you lift up my phone and you get it up. And it's just, there's water pouring out of every crevice
But it
imaginable.
lit up, though.
It lit up good.
Yeah, you were stuck in snaps.
Yep, it lit up good. It has since not worked since that night. But the biggest problem was that damn backpack. I had everything in there to make everything okay, but now it's just completely soaked.
Yeah. Yep.
Everything's wet. So that was We battled through it, though.
We did.
It was a chilly night for myself, but we went out and it had a pretty good night shooting,
we
really.
did. Green Bay is really way down compared. It's so crazy. The Green Bay 5 years ago was super high. Now, over 3 years, it's been going down. And this year, it's even shallower than last year.
Yeah.
And we did find some fish. And we were working this one area where you wouldn't think you would find fish. It was sand. All right. It wasn't grass or cattails. It was sand. And there was deep troughs in there. And then it came up to sand flats. And we were pushing fish back and forth. And we were pushing fish. And all of a sudden, a whole pile of fish got pushed up onto the sandbar.
Beautiful clear water.
You can see the fish over. And you're recording stuff. And Brody draws back. And he smokes a fish. And I didn't see how big the fish was.
Yep.
Corey stumbles and trips over the trolling motor because they're running the fan.
Yes.
So I didn't really see what Brody really had on. So he's fighting his fish. I'm helping Corey up off the deck.
And Corey fell hard.
Yeah.
I mean, he tripped backwards. And I'm like, oh, my God, he's going to hit his head on the catwalk up on the deck there. Yeah. I mean, he hit hard.
Yeah. So he fell over. So finally, once we got Corey up and stuff, Brody's like fighting his fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And all of a sudden, he gets it next to the boat. And I'm like, dude, holy cow, that's a tanker right there, Brody.
Yeah.
So I quick put a backup shot into that fish, and we brought it in the boat. And what'd that fish weigh, Schmitty?
I think that first fish was that the 33?
Yeah.
It was a tank.
33 and some change.
Yeah. 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 And the whole time Brody had this fish on, okay, his dad just fell hard behind him. Brody didn't even acknowledge it.
Oh, he's fighting.
Guys, I got a big fish on. Stop falling. Let's go. And he's just fighting his fish. And we got it both sides. I remember both you and Corey are like, oh my gosh, Brody, this fish is bigger than what you think.
Right.
This is a big tank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we got Brody, that his carp over 30 pounds with that 33. And then later that night, he ended up shooting a 30 pounds and some change.
Yeah.
Another carp.
Yeah. Another tanker.
Yeah.
Another absolute tank.
Mm-hmm.
Both on film. So that was awesome to see that for Brody.
Yep. And then we went back to the motel around 3 a.m.
Yep. I had an hour of laundry to do.
You did an hour of drying your clothes and doing laundry.
Yeah.
You didn't get to bed till like 4 or 5 or something like that.
Yep.
And then we got up the next morning and went back out to do some more filming. And you remember a couple of podcasts ago when we were talking about sunglasses or polarized glasses?
Yep.
And I said, man, I don't know what's going to happen if I ever lose my vicious vision.
That was bad voodoo right there.
It was.
That was bad voodoo.
Yeah. If you ever want to see what a 50-year-old looks like falling out of a boat and landing on the deck and then falling back into the water, all in slow motion while his glasses fall off his head and sink down below into the abyss.
Oh, my God.
That's what happened.
Yeah. The footage is all you see is a fish swimming, and then you see your arrow get shot. I'm rolling it in slow-mo. And then out of the corner, all of a sudden, you see a lot more of Matt falling in a way that is not normal. Then you smoke your side on your hip.
On the light rail.
On the light rail. Yep. And your whole body freaking, when it hits, it's like your whole body just whoosh, and then you tip over into the water.
Yeah.
And in the tip, your sunglasses fell off.
You can see my sunglasses go.
Yep.
And I didn't even know it at the time. Yeah. I didn't know it until like 2 minutes after I got in the boat.
Yep.
When we started looking for more fish, I'm like, oh, shit, where's my glasses?
Right. Yep. And in that slow-mo clip, you kind of get up and you look up at me like, oh, God, it was on film. And then you're walking forward. Here your line somehow finds its way around the line cutter on your bow. And as you're trudging through, you can see it go, ping!
Yep, you can see
and your line breaks.
Yeah.
It was just an amazing combination of bad things that happened all in 10 seconds.
Yep. So from the night before, from forgetting to put the plug in, to falling my butt in the water, to losing my polarized vicious sunglasses, to losing my arrow on my line cutter.
Yep.
It was a rough one.
There was all kinds of crazy stuff.
One.
Yep. But Brody got his goal. He got his goldfish. So that was good.
Yep.
That was good.
Mm-hmm. No, he didn't get his goldfish. He shot a fish over 30 pounds.
No, his goal fish.
Because it's funny you say that because
he's going to shoot goldfish, or he did, or something.
Did. And they ended up shooting like 5 records over there.
Oh my God!
And he shot a goldfish also on the way back home.
Yep. I was talking about his goldfish, and then he went and shot goldfish.
Yes.
So okay,
right.
I gotcha. Yep. Craziness.
Mm-hmm. But so now coming up this weekend,
another big one.
Yes, the BAA Worlds down in Kentucky this weekend.
Yep.
I messaged Justin this morning a little bit, and so far they have 77 teams that are pre-registered.
That's awesome. A lot of boats.
You can still sign up the day of the tournament. And he wanted to also mention that there is a lot of high water right now. They have 8 out of the 12 gates open below Barkley, and he urges people that life jackets, really need to be worn. They should all the time, even now in these little more turbulent waters and stuff like that. There,
for sure.
Some of the boat landings there below the dams, they closed them down.
Yeah. Yep.
They closed them down. He also wanted me to say that Max Waddington with Force Feed on Bow Fishing is putting on a meet and greet on this Friday from 5 to 8 at his little store there. They're going to be having some light snacks, some pizzas and stuff like that, some barbecue and whatnot.
Max does a fantastic job down there. Everything he does on social media, when we talk to him in person, he's just a great guy, runs a great shop, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
And I'm just going to I was mentioning Justin, who is running the Worlds this year, and he did say, let's see here, he had some issues here come up where they are pulling out of the tournament. He said, might just tell everyone to be considering the water conditions because every dam is spilling. We have never had this much rain in May. Yep. He said, I think we are sitting at 77 pre-registered. We had to back out due to a tornado. We've been cleaning up storm damage all week. I've got a bunch of trees down, and my buddy that fishes with me, his house got hit pretty hard.
Oh, man.
So he's got all that on his plate as well.
Yep.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
That's a lot to deal with. And on top of coordinating a tournament.
Right.
That's in itself is enough to stress over. Now he's got all that to deal with. Right. That's wild.
So if you see Justin and his team on there, give him a big pat on the back. They've been doing an awesome job with promoting this tournament, raising money for payouts. And now he's got this on his shoulders along with the high waters and all that stuff. So I'm sure that Justin and his crew are under a lot of stress right now. So take it easy on him. Give him a pat on the back and say, hey, man, you guys did an awesome job this year.
He's got a lot on his plate.
Because remember, this is all on your own time.
Yep, volunteer work.
This is all volunteer work, Schmitty.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. He's not getting paid to do this. So if you are heading down to Kentucky, just be safe. Be safe out there scouting. We wish you the best of luck. Watch those water levels because that can make or break the difference where you're planning on bow fishing as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And remember some of Cranky the Carp's tips.
Yes, use that intel that you just got live on the Bowfishing Buzz.
So, with that.
Let's get ready Get ready for Fish That You Wish.
All right, this week's Fish You Wish comes to us out of the state of Delaware, also known to have the highest population of horseshoe crabs.
Oh.
Shot on June 30th, 2022 by the Gipe Master, Jeremy Gipe. With an incredible wingspan stretching over 88 inches, this giant of a butterfly ray tipped the scale at an astonishing 225.52 pounds.
Holy moly. Wow.
And that right there is a fish that you wish you shot.
Holy cow, what a tank. 225.
225, the old butterfly
insane.
ray. Old Jeremy Gipe there.
Oh, the old Gipe Master. Yep, that's a tank right there. Good Lord. Good Lord.
Yep.
That's
and
awesome.
that right there is probably going to
wrap it up.
Episode 82 of the Bow Fishing Buzz, brought to you by AMS Bow Fishing and
Megamouth Bow Fishing as well. Sponsored by N Designs Leatherwork and Embroidery. Efficiency Bow Fishing Lights by Outdoor Innovations USA.
That's right. We hope you enjoyed this episode, recapping the Big 20.
Yep.
And hey, man, how about talking to Kranky the Carp?
Cranky the Carp. He might have to be a regular. That was a lot of good info we just got
golly,
there.
What a guy.
Yeah. Very nice of him to give us a call.
I hope his scale heals a little bit. I hope he pops another new one there.
I hope he can find another woman, too.
Yeah, right. We took up Beverly here at the Big 20.
Sorry, not sorry. Yeah.
She was worth $2,500,
yes,
baby. $2,580 to be exact.
That was an expensive date right there.
Well, we hope Cranky can find another, another female partner down there at the Marsh Pub.
Yes.
Yep. So from all of us here at AMS Bow Fishing and Megamouth Bow Fishing, we wish you the best of luck. Remember, aim low,
think big. Thanks for listening, guys.